What's up, boys? Just my 2 cents here. Welcome to the last show of the year. The grand finale, as they say. The 2025 end of the year UFC shit show / Jake Paul versus AJ breakdown. Welcome. I hope y'all are enjoying late December of 2025. It's like 60 fucking degrees outside. I have no idea what's going on with the weather or the climate. Just Lord, just go ahead and send the floods already. Nah, man. In all seriousness, 2025 has been a crazy year. I'm glad it's almost over. But there were some crazy fights in the UFC. There was a bunch of crazy knockouts. There were some pretty good submissions. I did not do well betting UFC this year. I'm going to talk about that. But I'm not going to run from it. I'm going to break down. I'm not going to go through every fucking bet, obviously. But I have compiled a list of some of my best bets, a lot of my worst bets, a couple spots where I definitely got the fuck put to me, a couple that just didn't bounce my way, where I was on the wrong side of some splits. Maybe not necessarily robberies, but I'm going to go over that. Just kind of break down some of my bets and, yeah, just kind of a reflection back on 2025. And, yeah, that will be a part of the show, probably the first part of the show. I do have to briefly recap the last event of the year. It did not go my way. Surprise, surprise. But it did come down to the last event of the year. If I had had a good last event, it could have been a winning year. Alas. Got my ass whooped. So I'm going to do a brief recap on that, go through some of my best and worst bets of the year. And then we're going to talk about this fucking freak show, dude. Sideshow freaks. Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua sullying his reputation and his legacy for the bag. We're going to talk about that. And yeah, last stream of the year, last shit show of the year. I'm debating whether I'm going to drop the links or not. I guess I probably should, but I do want to cover all of this before I do. I did put a good bit of work going back and looking at these bets and kind of putting them together. And the best and worst, or the best knockouts and all that shit, that has been very cobbled together. I did that super last minute. So I'm going to kind of put that together live. I do have a list of what I think are the top 10 knockouts of the year, but I'm going to kind of rank them live here. I've got the 10, and I'm going to kind of seed them or whatever, rank them. But I have the submissions put together. I have what I think is the fight of the year. And then I would love to hear from anybody that comes through the chat. What do you guys think the knockout of the year was, the submission of the year, fight of the year, fighter of the year? I do have my fighter of the year. And yeah, there's a bunch of honorable mentions. There was, dude, the knockout list was fucking tough to make, dude. To make just 10, like I have the whole list here. I left like the honorable mentions and shit. Like I'm gonna tell you the fights that didn't make the knockouts that didn't make the cut, and I think you'll be surprised. But yeah, I had a good time putting this together, and this is the last show of the year, so I hope y'all enjoy it. Cheers. Got my cup of Joe here. Got a bowl of ganja packed. Smoke that, dude, and have a fucking grand finale. Let's do the final shout outs of the year. First and foremost, good to this. Shout out to my dude Big Show Picks for the production value on this channel. The overlays, the backgrounds, anything that basically looks cool on this fucking channel is because of him. So shout out to my dude. Hope you are having a good holiday season. Bo Squatch. Shout out and salute to the Dome and all the group chats I'm a part of. The Daylight Come and Me One Go Home Dome, the Aaron the Dog Dome, the Locker Room Talk podcast group chat, all that shit. Shout out to all you guys. The quick disclaimers. Don't sue me. Shout out to the whole Pub Sports Radio. We have had our final episode of the Locker Room Talk podcast for 2025. We will be back in 2026 for UFC 324, January 24th. So that will be, quick math, the 19th, I believe. Tuesday the 19th will be the next episode of the Locker Room Talk podcast. Silver and gold members of Pub Sports Radio Discord is on and popping. And yeah, man, shout out to Jimmy the Bag and Jose for having me on the stream last night. Cashed my NFL bet. Been doing pretty well in NFL. Definitely doing better in NFL than I've been doing in UFC. But I'm going to talk about the UFC shit. I will answer for my sins, so to speak. My sins of UFC betting. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. But shout out to all you guys, man. Appreciate all the support that everyone has shown this channel and the shit show. Moyes, Joey, Stubborn Mick, Aaron, Billy, everyone that has been on the panel. I'm sure I'm forgetting some people. I apologize. But shout out to everybody that's been in the chat. We've had a couple good shows, man. We've had a couple with, and it sounds fucking stupid, like with 10, 11, 12 people in here. And that doesn't sound like shit in the grand scheme of things. But like a little bitty channel like this just barely got over 300 subscribers. Drowning in the algorithm, dude. I appreciate the support. Hope y'all have enjoyed the shit shows. We've been tossing shit at the wall all fucking year. This is the last one. Gonna put a bow on it, and then I won't see y'all till 2026. But I do appreciate it. Hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Whatever religions or faiths or non-religious shit you got going on. Just hope you enjoy the holidays. Hope you get to spend it with family. If not that, friends. If not that, Lord be with you. Now, UFC Vegas 112. My goodness. Did I get my fucking ass stomped? I mean, I got fucking whooped, dude. One bet cash. I didn't get reverse swept, but I almost did. The picks were just aight. The bets were very much not aight. Almost 6 units down the fucking drain. Gave me a loss on the year. Both of them. Both of them. Down. Shout out to Manel Kopp. He is a star boy. Yeah. Shout out to all the Manel Kopp backers. If you have Manel Kopp by KO, that was the fucking freest money of the card. Shout out to Billy. I think he had Starboy. Can't remember who else did on the show, but yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that was on the pub stream for the last UFC event of the year, UFC live stream. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting those. It was a good time, man. I had a blast calling all the fights this year, doing the live streams. It was an up and down year for me. And I went back and looked at it. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in a minute. But yeah, I actually thought that I was up in this summer. It was actually April That's when I saw the light of day. And I think I got pretty close like a month or so ago, but man, it's been mostly down. I'm acting like, oh, dude, I was up several times. Now I was up like one fucking time this year. And yeah, I was down like over 11 units at one point. So it could have been worse, but it still wasn't a great year. Somehow I managed to not do a ton of damage to my Tapology results. Like my predictions were still okay, sitting at 63%. My goal is still 65. But long story short, not a good year. Creeping up on double-digit units of loss, not fucking good. Got hammered. My worst year of betting since I started. This is year number 4. Lost a little bit last year. Lost a lot of it this year. But I'll tell you what, dude. I went back and looked at all these bets, all these streams. I went back and looked at these YouTube streams and what I was betting and looked at my tickets. I was only able to see back until like September or something of if someone can tell me how to go back and look further on FanDuel, let me know. But I went back and looked as far as I could. But I mean, other than that, I counted on my the streams here. And dude, some of these fucking bets, my God, dude, I don't know how I didn't lose more. I mean, I kind of know how I didn't, but like, dude, I was fortunate to not be down like 30 fucking units, man. Some of the retarded fucking wagers that I placed, I feel pretty fortunate, honestly, because I made some real fucking stupid ones. I have a nice array of them that I'm going to show you here. But it was pretty bad, dude. Pretty fucking bad. Matter of fact, it is time for that now. Let me just give y'all a nice demonstration of how shitty I did this year. I had some good ones, though. I had some good ones. I made a list of like my best. I did mostly underdog bets. A good bit of parlays. But I'd say, yeah, about half of my bets were under. I just made so many fucking stupid ones, dude. I did hit some parlays along the way that mitigated some damage. I hit a couple good props along the way. I hit some good underdogs. So again, that's kind of why it wasn't worse than what it was. But I feel fortunate, man, because I look back at some of these and it's like, are you addled, boy? Like, are you fucking stupid? Are you autistic? Are you a fucking autist? Like, what are you doing making these bets? You taking a piss? You having a piss, mate? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, again, could have been so much worse. Okay, let's start. What should we start with first? Let's see what we got in the chat. You stubborn Irish fuck. Rest in peace, Ohio dumbass. Yeah, it's cold, dude. I'm sure it's cold where you are. You're in a frigid part of the country. You don't love me? You don't fucking love me? All right. I see how it is. I see how you do me. I still love you. That's all right. I still got love for you in my heart. Timothy Troiano. Shout out Timothy Troiano. Insert Troiano gif. I'm assuming that's Daffy Duck cranking down. I woke up and Roy Paul was KO. Thought it was a dream within a dream. I had Cop on the show and I saw plus 250 and got enchanted. Yeah, mesmerized, dude. That pixie dust got thrown in your eyes. Yeah, dude. Oh, Larry Brown Crankdown. I look over. There's this crank right in my face. Larry Brown. Okay, Toby. Okay, Mick. Let's talk about some of these really bad ones. I thought about ranking them. I know what the worst is, but I don't know if I want to take the time to rank how shitty they all were. Let's just throw some of these out there. Maybe we'll go in chronological order. How about this? Let's start recently. Some of my absolute worst, dude. Worst. Caps lock. Worst bets ever. No, worst bets of the year. Now, these are underdog bets, mind you. So you might think, oh, some of them were good bets based on the number. Again, all these are plus money, but nah, dude, ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. These are my worst underdog bets of the year. This is the award show that is gonna keep it a buck with you. I got fucking whooped this year. But I'm gonna look at it glass half full. Y'all should have seen some of these fucking dumbass. I mean, if you watched the show, you saw them, but I was surprised. Let's start with this one. How about Morgan Charrier getting fucking head kicked by Melky Costa? Let's just begin at the beginning, dude. How about this most recent event, dude? Not only did I fucking parlay Morgan Charrier, thought I was real fucking slick parlaying him at minus 110, but I doubled down on him at plus 130. And I thought I thought this was going to be the one that turned it around for me. Dumbass, get head kicked in about 10 fucking seconds. How about that? How about that, you fucking idiot? Yeah, so there you go. There was one. There's one. These are going to be, what are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the 10 worst underdog bets of my year. And again, plus money, but nah, dude. The fact that I doubled down on it and thought I was, real fucking slick. Nah. And while we're on that card, we were just talking about this. Now, again, you might say, no, it's a great bet. Dude, it's a great bet. Good value. This is the epitome of a fucking value loser. On paper, oh, he's a great fighter. Dude, this level of a fighter at this number. Again, dumbass, get knocked out in a minute and a half. Horrible. Should have known. Should have fucking known. The way he fights, as dumb as he fucking fights on the feet, as much of a sniper as Manel is, I'm been a Manel backer, dude, and a Royval detractor. Again, thought I was smart. Very much the opposite. Dumbass motherfucker. Get smoked. Burn your ticket. So that's that. Again, these aren't in any particular order. I just listed these out chronologically, but I did sift through them. Some of them might be out of order, but these are the top 10 worst for me that I found. These are all underdogs that I thought I was real fucking smart. I thought I was being real fucking clever here. Some of them, though, and this is one thing I'm going to take from this, I took a couple things from going back and reflecting on all these bets. But there was a couple, I'll say this, a good portion of the reason I lost, or a sizable like part of why I lost, was trying to fade certain fighters all fucking year, every time they fought. That really fucking hurt me, dude. Just being like, for lack of a better word, and no pun intended, I mean, dude, Stubborn Mick is a sharp gambler and he actually made money this year, but I was stubborn in trying to fade certain fighters because their opponents were at plus money and just like paid the price for it bad. This is a perfect example right here. Dude. Fuck. This new layout on StreamYard is really fucking weird, dude. Dude, trying to fade Anthony Fluffy Hernandez was my motherfucking undoing this year. Or a good part of it. Saw the numbers on his opponents. Kept trying to do it. But this was the worst one, man. He hoed Roman so bad with that submission. Like, he bitched him with that fucking submission, dude. Not only did he choke him, but he dragged his ass across the fucking... He was choking him and then dragging him by his neck across the fucking octagon until Roman tapped and he just, like, slung him down. Like, he bitched him so fucking... I got bitched so fucking bad on that night trying to bet Roman. That was so fucking stupid. I'm done. I'm sorry. I yield. I fucking uncle, like, I'm bending the knee. You can't see it, Fluffy, but I'm bending the knee right now. I'm done. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to start hammering Hernandez, but like, enough is enough, man. He beat it out of me this year, you know, figuratively. Like, I get it. The message is clear. I did it every single time, and God, did I pay for it. That's what I get. That is what I fucking get, dude. But we will move forward because I got more. And dude, there was about 25 of these. I narrowed it down to 10. This is not a fighter that I am done trying to fade. This is a fighter that I am done betting, period. I am Dunzo Ed Munzo with this motherfucker. Matter of fact, we're going to make this official. We are going to make this official. Right here, right now. Ashley Schaefer, BMW. Sloth, you're no longer allowed at Ashley Schaefer, BMW. You're no longer allowed to order food from Hop Sings. You are going to be hanging out with Rombeski and Kyler Phillips and Alonzo Minifield, that fucking communist Ned Isakoff, Elaine Bennis, that fucking slut, dude, although she's pretty funny. Like, congratulations, you're fucking blacklisted. Marvin Vettori, you're fucking out. I am never, and I mean Jeff and Richmond, ever betting Marvin Vettori again. Done. He's a retard, and I'm even more of one for betting that son of a bitch. Over. O-V. Shout out Brendan Allen. He didn't have himself the worst year ever. Definitely made improvements. Wrote him off. This one is like, again, it's kind of on the level of Vettori versus Allen, like, but this one is even more like I'll give credit to Allen there. It's not just like Vettori's washed, so that's the reason why. Much like, I think even more so with this one I'm about to show you. Like, pissing me off. I just shouldn't have done this. Like, I just should have known. I was trying to fade Piper. Again, Gastelum's fucking toast, dude. Kelvin's toast. He had his time. He's a puffed up, lazy, stoner fucking welterweight. He's not disciplined. He's super talented. He is the fucking Kenny Powers of the UFC. But worse. Fat. But nah, man, that was just fucking dumb, dude. Again, I can call these guys dumb and shit on them all I want, but it's just worse for me because I had confidence in them. So I'm just even more retarded. I think we kind of already knew that. But 1, 2, 3, we're halfway through my worst underdog bets of the year. And again, there were quite a few that I left off. But these have to be the most remedial. These have to be the most, you're pretty much taking all your classes in the resource trailer out back of the school for betting these motherfuckers. This one, God, this is so embarrassing to have to fucking admit this, but I'm going to. Not only to pick them to win, but to put American fucking dollars on it, dude. To put dollar bills on it. So fucking stupid. This one is not so much the dude he's fighting is awesome. It's just this dude is washed, and I've just got to stop. I've just got to stop. I got to stop betting Dushko. He is now blacklisted. Congratulations. Hope you like hanging out with commies and sluts and fucking Kyler Phillips, because that's exactly what you're going to be doing. You are not going to be ordering any fucking food from Hop Sings, and you are not going to be bet on by me ever fucking again. Done. So fucking stupid, man. All right, we're going to keep rolling, and I will catch up to the comments. Yeah, this one is tough. This was a year of just realizations for me. It's like, there was a lot of changing of the guard type moments or whatever, or fights, and I was just on the wrong side of them. And you can see a pattern here. Just like thinking I'm getting good value on fighters that were washed, like the market said, like the fucking betting line said, like everyone was saying, like everybody that broke it down said. And I just thought I was trying to fucking, I was being real sharp, real slick. Not at all. And this one is just pure fucking bias. Some of it was that. Some of it was just pure bias towards some of these fighters, not being able to let the fact that some of them actually are washed, not being able to let that go is what cost me. But like, I think homie Jessica is done at the top. I don't think that's a hot take. I think she's just done at the top. I think she can still win some fights against, like, what she can still do is like turn back maybe some like hype jobs, debutantes kind of fights like that. But it's like, I don't know if she'll take those kind of fights, but she done at the top, man. I think this fight shows it right here. I mean, she got smoked. Credit to Jasmine for for doing the job and finishing her. But it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. What I thought Jessica was going to do got done to Jasmine later in the year. That is going to make a mention here in a little bit. But just a bad fucking bet, man. This one was even fucking worse somehow, though. And it's another chick fight. Funny enough. Now, this one, again, I might still try and fade this fighter moving forward, but it was just trying to fade someone that I think is a hype job with a total fucking fraud. Fading a hype job with a fraud is not the fucking way. That is not the way to go. Eunice Dubin getting torched by Carly Giudice. That was pretty fucking dumb. But not as dumb as this next one. Sorry, I'm just going a little bit faster here. Because I still gotta rank some of these. But yeah, Carly Giudice obliterated Eunice Dubin, and yeah, my fucking dumbass was right in front of it. This one, again, I'm done. Like, dude, a lot of blacklisted fighters at the end of the year, like several fighters after going through this. It's like, yep, you're on the list. I can move on from you. I will not fade you anymore. Fluffy Hernandez. I yield. I fucking yield, dude. But this one was just about the worst. There's one that was somehow worse, if you can believe it. I don't know what I was thinking. I won't thinking. If I won't thinking, I wouldn't have thought that, but I did. And I paid for it. Fucking retard. Yeah. Very, very stupid bet, dude. Very people that are smart do not make bets like that. But again, yeah, I'm not the smartest man ever. Yet and still, there was a bet that was somehow worse than that. Somehow worse than that. This is the absolute worst. The crown prince of retard fucking underdog bets. The worst underdog bet of the year. Get a little trophy emoji up here. I'll get a kick out of this one. This has got to be, not only is this the worst bet of the year, this might be one of my worst fucking bets ever, dude. This might be one of my absolute worst bets that I've ever fucking made in the 4 years I've been doing this. Dumbass. Way to bet that fucking Indian Anshul Jubilee, and he gets obliterated. I look like a fucking idiot when I did that, dude. This is one of the worst bets I've ever fucking made. Horrendous stuff. Just absolutely horrific. Unconscionable. Vile doesn't even cut it, dude. Making bets, like all those. That was just the top 10. There were worse. I don't know if there were worse bets, but there was a bunch of other ones too that were really, really fucking bad. But yeah, those are my worst underdog bets of the year. Now, I'll go with that. I'm gonna catch up with the chat and we'll move on. Yeah. No, it's not the worst, but it was one of my worst because I should have known. I should have known, and I kind of did. And I kind of knew in the back of my head it was a value trap. It's one of those you make it, and then immediately, like, yeah, you just Dennis Reynolds, like, yeah. I just made a horrible mistake. I mean, it is, but like, yeah, Roman fading. It's just fading fluffy, man. Like, That, dude, thank you, Mills, because that is exactly what this stream is for. This is here to let everybody know that as much shit as I talk and as arrogant as I am, I'm not going to run from it, man. Like, this is, you have to fucking stand for this kind of shit. You have to stand for yourself when you make fucking idiotic bets and shit like this. You can't just run your fucking mouth when it goes well and fucking like thump your chest and then like cower when it comes time to stand for your fucking, your actions. And yeah, so shout out to you. I don't, dude. No camera, so I'm just sitting here fucking buck naked. Nah, dude. But nah, I'm no cap. Just a hoodie. Hoodie, no cap. Dude, it's fucking warm today, man. Shorts and socks and fucking hockey slides and hoodie. No cap though. Hey, shout out to you, man. Shout out to my dude Mills. Shout out to everybody in the Locker Room Talk podcast, man. We're gonna be back. I think I got the day right. Tuesday the 19th. It'll be the week of UFC 324, which I think is Saturday, January 24th. I do believe. But looking forward to seeing you then. And, you know, I'll see you in all the group chats and streams and shit. Yeah. I have nothing. Yeah. I know. I'm telling you, like, some of these left me speechless, where it's like, wow, you are really, really fucking dumb for that. He's done. Blacklisted. Saving me the trouble. Yeah, I mean, he had a chance, but it's like, that's what I get, dude. Yeah. Yep. I get to redeem. Thank you. Come again. Yeah. Yeah, now, dude, I could spend a lot of time going through. I do have a few parlay pieces that were absolute trash, but it would take a long time and a lot of like typing, and I just didn't feel like doing that shit. But I do have a few of the worst parlay pieces. And I do have, I'm going to end it on a positive note. I did make some good bets this year, a couple good parlays, and a couple good props. I'm going to, you know, there's going to be less of those just because there were in general and just as a matter of just like recognizing how shitty I did. But it wasn't all that. And there were a couple splits. A couple of them were robberies. A couple of them were just like, nah, you just lost a close one there. But I like to know what anybody thinks about that. And yeah, let's go the worst. Let's do worst parlay pieces right now. These are my top 3 worst parlay pieces. I got you, Bo. We'll just stick with this one. Edit. Worst parlay pieces. Now, this was not an exhaustive comb through. I just kind of, as I was looking at them, I was mostly just, like I said, I did mostly underdog bets, so I just figured I'd give you the worst because, like I said, there was like 25 or more of those. And I had about 10 or more really fucking good ones. But again, I'm not gonna fucking spend all day on it. But worst parlay pieces of 2025. Worst UFC parlay pieces of 2025. No, that is not where I wanted. Oh my god, dude. There we go. How do I want to rank these? Okay. This might be a little out of order, but this one pissed me off so bad. And it's one where I made it's like I should have, and I kind of had a feeling, dude. I had a fucking feeling that this was going to be the piece that fucked me. And each one of these, not only are they the worst because they were just bad picks to lay chalk on these dudes, but it was the worst because of how devastating it was for my night. Now, there's one that's in a separate category that really screwed me over, that ruined my night, but it wasn't a parlay. And then there was another one that, again, they're just like in a different category. But I'll make mention to those too. Like those definitely, to be sure, screwed me over. But again, those are we're gonna go over that and talk about these splits. But the worst parlay pieces for me where it's just like you're a fucking dumbass and you should have known. That in all caps. Now I don't know if this dude is gonna be blacklisted like in the moment I wanted to, but the right matchup, I might look to back him again, but I'm definitely not going to lay any kind of fucking chalk. He will definitely not be parlayed. It will be prop bet or nothing. But here is, well, you know what? These will be ranked. Number 3, Bakoyev. Hype job versus a mid-dro kickboxer. Should have known. Again, though, in the future, right opponent, right number on a prop. Maybe I'm throwing some darts, but like this, I'm never doing this again. And that's what I get. And trying to think, let me look back at this. Because he was the first leg of a 3-legger, and of course the other 2 hit. Let's see. Bakoyev. I can tell you right now. Azamat Bakoyev. Dude, and this one pissed me off so bad. So fucking bad. Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, yeah. How could I forget? How could I forget? This was, dude, I love this parlay. And of course, this is the leg that I was like, I was sweating the other 2. Wait till you hear these other 2 legs. This was the parlay. Azamat Bakoyev, Stephanie Luciano, and Drew Dober versus Kyle Prepolek. Luciano, of course, strangles fucking Ravina Oliveira. Drew Dober knocks Kyle Prepolek out, and Bakoyev screws it. So yeah, that's number 3. That one really fucking pissed me off, dude. And again, I might like, I'm not blacklisting him, but he on notice. That's strike 1. That is a big old strike 1. Big whiffer. And my antennas are now on that. Number 2. This one was, I feel like this one was kind of fairly recently too. And this motherfucker is blacklisted. He is blacklisted. Motherfucker, dude. Yeah, whatever. Controversial ending. Should have been a submission. It was bullshit. Whatever. Should have fucking known he was getting taken to the Magniverse. Parallel universe. Topsy-turvy. Down is up. Let's look at that one. Let's fucking look at that one, dude. Because I believe it was another one where every other leg hit. Yeah, this motherfucker's blacklisted. You, Minifield, Ned Isakoff. Congratulations. Here we go. Oh, yeah. This was another beautiful parlay. I thought this was the fucking one, dude. This was the parlay. Main card parlay. Jake Matthews, Jimmy Crute, who reverse can openers Ivan Erslan, and Carlos Ulberg, who shadow realms Dominic Reyes. That was my parlay. It's always those two. It's always those. I get fucked on the one leg, and then the other two are just devastating victories. Fuck, dude. That one will not soon be forgotten. And here it is. The absolute worst. And again, not because of who the loss was to. It's certainly understandable. But because of how fucking arrogant and confident I was going into this. How much I had riding on this one. And how fucking stupid I looked afterwards, dude. Here we go. I need to take a bong toke for this one. I need to take a rip off the cringer. The absolute worst parlay piece, the parlay buster of 2025. Another Poatan victim. Ankalaev got made to look so fucking foolish in that fight, dude. All it took was a fat chronic right hand from Poatan, sat his dumb ass down, follow-up GMP, all she wrote. God, I ran my mouth about this so fucking much, especially after that first fight. So it's like, yeah, guess he really was sick. You know, I hate hearing that shit. I hate hearing those fucking excuses, but it's like, yeah, that lends a little bit of credence to what Poatan was saying about not being 100% Utah going into that first fight, because how he looked in the first one, based on how he looked in the second, yikes. Now, there are a couple examples of that pretty recently, actually, where it's like a dude looked horrendous in the first fight and then looked a lot better in the second. Jan versus Merab comes to mind. Everyone's saying that's the performance of a lifetime from Jan. It's like, no, that was Jan before, you know, all the bullshit happened. And he got robbed. So, yeah. It was before the Aljo drama, and he got robbed against O'Malley. Like, even if the Aljo shit does happen, if the right scorecard is read out, who knows what could happen. His hand was hurt in the Merab fight. That was not like Jan has made all these improvements. Like, no, that's just Jan. That's fucking Petr Yan. That's a healthy Petr Yan. He's the fucking best bantamweight in the world. I've been saying that for a long fucking time. When Jan is healthy, he's the fucking man. No one's hurt O'Malley more. No one's done that to Merab before. No one has fucking, you know, done what he has done to the fighters that he's done it to. You know what I'm saying? But in any case, I digress. This was the worst, the dumbest. Absolutely deserved to lose that. There you go. Those are the worst parlay pieces. Now, these coming up here, this is, I'm not going to say all of these were robberies, but these were all split decisions that I ended up on the wrong fucking side of. I got top 5. Top 5 splits that didn't go my way. ... Scroll across the bottom, you piece of shit, right now. At my command. There you go. Top 5 split decisions that did not go my way. Here we go. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. I'm sure it's probably my homie Mick. Why is this not working? Dude, like, if you just put your hand on mine, we're gonna leave all our troubles behind. We're gonna walk and don't look back. Don't look back. Ankalaev says he was not healthy in the second fight. Petr Yan, fighter of the year. I agree with you. I just think I think when Yan is healthy and dialed in, he's the fucking best. Like, did it not look like it? Merab has been bitching everyone. And Yan just did that to him. But again, Merab is, I have norovirus and I'm not 100% for this one. And we will rematch. It's like, oh my God, dude, here we go again. So it's like every fighter that loses just about has got a fucking excuse. Every fighter that loses a title fight to their rival or whatever has got a fucking excuse for it. Magomed says he wasn't right in the first fight. Magomed says he wasn't right in the rematch. Poatan says he wasn't right in the first fight. Yan said he wasn't right in the fucking... So, taking fighters at their word is a dubious proposition. They're egomaniacs. They're straight up fucking liars sometimes. And they are definitely spin doctors. And yeah, they're delusional. But that's what you got to be a fighter sometimes. From what I've seen watching all these fighters for years and years, yeah, they got to be delusional. So you can't take fighters at their word, but it does beg the question with some of these. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think Merab was burnt out. Like, I don't know if it's 100% Merab, if it's like that much of a whooping. Probably a little bit closer. I still think Yan wins, but it's like, a healthier Merab maybe presses the issue a little bit more, maybe gets fucked up and knocked out. So I don't know, man. I still think Yan's just the better fighter when they're both healthy. But I digress. These are the top 5 split decisions that did not go my fucking way. Where do we rank these? Okay, now I'll start with these because I don't think these both fucked parlays, but I can't really say that these are outright robberies. Like, these just didn't bounce my way. You can say they're robberies, that's fine. I thought they were robberies, again, just being a prisoner of the moment, but these really weren't robberies. This just didn't go my fucking way. The third fight, I'm about on the fence, and then the other two, I think, were straight up robberies. Which one do I want to say first? This is one where I thought was bullshit. And I'm highlighting the fighter that I bet. This one pissed me off because, again, initially I thought it was a robbery for real. I can concede that it was just a close fight that didn't go my way. It could have bounced my way, but it didn't. So it's like, I'm not going to cry too much about this one, but this is definitely a split decision that could have gone the other way. It just didn't. Gomi versus Hyder Emil. It was just a close fight. You can make an argument for Hyder. I'm not going to cry robbery about that one. That definitely could have bounced my way. Like, if it had gone to Gomi, I don't think there would have been like, yeah, Hyder Emil backers would have been pissed, but it's like, I don't think anybody would have really been like, oh, it's ridiculous. I still think it's like, whatever. Just I didn't get the shooter's bounce on that one. That's fine. Now, this one, kind of the same. The fighter I bet on, like of course I'm watching it through biased lenses, but I still think he like edged this out. Not gonna cry robbery. You can make an argument for the other guy, but it's like it was pretty fucking close. Didn't go my way. I'm not going to piss and moan about it, but if I feel like if my dude had gotten the nod, I don't think it would have been that fucking controversial. But again, Francisco Prado, I did have him in a parlay. Didn't work out. Lost the split to Nikolai Veretinnikov. I feel like I was a little bit more pissed about this one than the Gomi one. But again, you can make an argument that Nikolai won it. I just don't think it was that fucking strong. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is what I feel. I feel like both Hyder and Veretinnikov kind of bullshitted their ways to these. Like they both like flurried, didn't really like land crazy, but it just kind of looked like it. My dude was grappling a little bit, so it's like I get it, but at the same time, I don't think that they necessarily like deserve to win, but they didn't deserve to lose. So it's kind of just like splits didn't go my way. Can see the argument, the other side, whatever. Just didn't bounce for me. This one, I'm kind of like, I think about it one day, or I think about it one time, it's like, yeah, I got robbed. I think about it another time, it's like, nah, you just fucking, you blew it. I think you just blew it. So this one again, maybe should be ranked number 5. But he fucking had this, man. He fucking had this fight and fucking gave it up. So it's like he can't really be mad at anybody but himself. I can't really be upset with anybody but myself or him. But this didn't go my way. It was a huge swing. Cheeto fucking had that shit though. So it's like, yeah, I still think he kind of like won it based on damage, but it's like he didn't really put a stamp on it when he should have. I think if he puts a stamp on it in that 3rd round, he wins the fight very fucking easily. But I still kind of think he won based on damage. Again, not a super strong argument. I can't piss and moan about it too much. But yeah, he fucking could have won that fight. And he didn't. So I can't really blame anybody but myself for betting on him. Again, I get Cheeto in the right matchup. I'm not going to blacklist him, but I feel like I may have in the moment and just like rescinded the blacklisting, but he really fucking pissed me off. He could have won that fight. Zahabi, I cannot. The Amin Zahabi KO loss is going to be so fucking glorious, dude. It is going to be just timeline cleansing. But you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's see. Shout out to my dude Stubborn Mick, hanging tough with your boy. Lupita had COVID before Angela Hill. Jacoby didn't throw one kick versus Lord Mikhail because of his knees. Yeah, it's tough. You never know. They'll lie through it. They'll minimize it. Fighters are delusional, man. They're egomaniacs. They're like sometimes they really think that they're good when they're not. And then sometimes, yeah, they take the bag. We're gonna be talking about that fucking soon. Yeah, again, fair, very fair. Yeah, again, which is why those are like 4 and 5. It's like, yeah, it just didn't bounce my way. Could have. Dude, he fucking. But again, that's my fault. I knew Cheeto was probably gonna do that shit. So that's my B. That is my B. Now these two, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I don't even give a fuck what you say, Stubborn Mick. But you know, I still respect you and have love for you. But these two, I'm sorry. Like, I guess this next one, but I still think it was bullshit. I still think they rewrote the rules, rewrote the damage over volume rules and control over damage rules for this fight. I thought this was bullshit. I thought one fighter was way closer to finishing than the other. And I think he won 3 rounds of this fight. And I still think this was fucking a crock of shit. And I think this was purely narrative based. And I think that if the dude that I bet on was announced the winner and should have been correctly, it just wouldn't have fit the UFC's narrative as well. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I will stand on this. No one's pushing me off the square. You're going to have to kill me, dude. Because I'm 10 toes down on this motherfucker. I'm 10 toes down, period. Bury me on this hill. I don't care if it's unpopular. I don't care if, you had money on the same guy and you thought he lost. I think he won this fight. And I think he got straight up robbed, dude. I think Robert Whittaker beat RDR. Personally. Again, call me biased. I think I got fucked on this one. He almost killed the motherfucker. He busted him up. I thought he did more overall damage. Yes, it wasn't one-way traffic. He got wobbled a couple times. There was some accumulative damage for sure. But I still think that at the very end of it, RDR was hanging on for dear life. And I thought Whittaker won 3 rounds of this fight and won this fucking fight. And they just gave it to RDR to have some fresh blood. I get that. But if Whittaker gets the nod there, who's arguing against that, really? You know what I mean? Except RDR backers. That would be my pushback there. It's not like you can't make any argument for De Ridder, but dude, if damage is king, Whittaker won that fight. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That's why it's number 2. There is one that is worse, though, that I think everyone unanimously agrees was a straight-up robbery. I get this one is not unanimous. There's going to be people, no, I don't know, RDR. He was starting to get to him. He was starting to wear him down the knees. I get it. It wasn't one-way traffic. I'm not saying it was 49 fucking 46 Whittaker, but I do think it was 48-47. And I think you can make a strong argument based on damage that Whittaker did more damage in 3 out of 5 rounds. RDR did way more hanging on. That's just how I feel. I'm not saying it wasn't a close fight. I'm saying I think I got robbed on that one. And yeah, that's how robberies go down. It is very rare that a fighter that very clearly wins gets robbed. Robberies usually occur in fairly close fights, but it's still dude, come on. If damage is king, and it is, Whittaker won, period. Nobody's pushing me off that square. Now, number 1. This is the absolute worst. This was a straight up unanimous. Everyone agrees this was bullshit. Even the dude that supposedly, quote unquote, won the fight went back and watched it and was like, yeah, I actually lost that. This was the grossest fucking robbery. This was such we're going to push this kid and we want him to be something, but he did not win this fucking fight. He even admitted it. This is the fucking number 1 split robbery that I got screwed on. Everyone saw it. We all know what happened. Fire Marshal got fucking screwed. He got screwed. Me and every other Francis Marshall backer got hosed on that one. Even Myron Santos went back and watched and was like, yeah, I didn't win that. He didn't say that verbatim, but he was like, yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. Which is yeah, he knows he lost. So yeah, credit to him for admitting that. Fuck the UFC judges. That was very clearly Francis Marshall, 29-28, and I got fucked there. So there you go. There you are. Now, we have covered the worst. Let's shine a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. These are some things to build upon. These are some good bets to take some kind of stock in, that it wasn't just all 100% Utah fucking retardation. I picked 2 parlays. Again, they aren't insane. The odds aren't crazy, but they're just 2 like so fucking obvious. How am I getting plus money for this? Thank you very much. We'll start with the 3-legger. My 2 best parlays of the year. Here we go. We'll start with this 3-legger, man. This was very recently, but this was just pretty fucking free, dude. Actually, not exactly. Not exactly, but it was fucking glorious. Oh, yeah. And the odds were pretty fucking good, too, man. Almost 2-1. Almost 2-1. I'm pretty much like, I won't say it was absolute. The first leg was sweaty, but in the end, it was so glorious. Hey, Moyes, I told you, no research required. Alex Perez, he has lost by sub 5 times. Asu has a good guillotine. He will choke him. No research required. Yeah, let's fucking go. Nah, in all seriousness, that was sweaty. Shout out to my dude Aaron the dog. That was the one where I was, exalting in victory, and Aaron didn't mute it, and it made Asher cry, so I'm blaming Aaron now. But no, man, that was the one where Asher got upset and Aaron left the stream, and then I looked like the biggest monster ever. But no, that was I was getting bullied. I was getting fucking ganged up on by Moyes and Aaron. You're calling me gay, telling me I'm tripping, and you're trying to confuse me with your liberal biblicisms. It's bullshit. So I had to fight back against that. So that was really fucking sick. I knew the other 2 were in the fucking bag. Vulcan, Gary took care of business. Almost 2-1. Free fucking money. That was my personal favorite of the year. That was my best 3-legger. I had another 3-legger on that card as well, but again, it wasn't quite as sexy. So that was that. Now, my best 2-legger, I think Mick's going to like this one. I think Mick is going to remember this one because this was just like, what, dude? All I have to do is parlay these 2 together. They're definitely going to win. They're definitely going to win. Why am I getting plus money on this? I'll certainly take it. You sure? You sure this is going to be plus money? All right. Okay. Odds right. Pot good. Trip queens. The sky painting, dude. The sky painting. The Volk masterclass. So fucking free, dude. It was free, and I got to watch 2 good performances. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like free. Some of them are free where it's just like instant KO, like boom, pay me. But some of them you like to just like, to get to view the performance. It's like sweat free. You just get to watch them, paint fucking masterpieces, dude. Paint the sky with Pitbull's blood. Volk just like completely audits Lopez. Not going to happen in the rematch, by the way. But yeah. Sky painting and the fucking Volk masterclass for plus 153. 2 fucking free, man. Shout out to you. I know you were all over. Yeah, Rodriguez there. Yeah, that was just bullshit. Like, that was just that was fucking bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, and see those I was on the right side of. I probably should have had a list for that. Those were I was on the right side of on. I was on the right side of, but yeah, I definitely agree with you. Carlos Leal did win that fight, and um, Gon did lose to Drago for sure. I feel you. He was winning. He was winning until he was losing. Oh yeah, dude. Dana, I don't know how people haven't grasped that. Yeah, I'm gonna show you how fucking good our guys are compared to these fucking Bellator guys. He's such a prick, dude. He's such a fucking vindictive prick. It's pretty funny though. But yeah, those are my best two parlays of the year. Now, these are my 5 best underdog bets of the year, and then I'm done. I'm done. I did put a good bit of time going back, looking back at the year that was. I answered for a lot of my retardation. Gave y'all my 10 worst underdog bets of the year, my 3 worst parlay pieces, 5 fights that were splits that could or could not have gone my way, but they all didn't. And now a little bit of goodness, my 2 best parlays of the year. And now we will go with timer off. Let's go with back to this banner. Welcome, welcome. If you're just joining me, we're about to talk about Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua very soon, like here in the next 10 minutes, I imagine. Now, best underdog bets of the year. We did the worst. Now let's cover the best. The best of the fucking best. All righty. All right, here we go. Here we go. Hell, let's make this a ticker. Let us have this scroll across the bottom. Best underdog bets of the year. Here we go. I had a couple, man. I had over 10, but I narrowed it down to 5. Again, I can't fucking do too much bragging when I've fucking lost almost 9 units. So, but there was a lot of damage mitigation. I'm telling you, I went back and looked at all these bets. I should be down like 30 fucking units. I made so many dumb fucking wagers, but there were a couple fucking few bets that saved my ass and kept it from being a lot worse than what it was. Let's go. Let's rank these. I got 5 right here. We'll start with this one. This one was good because it was so fucking quick. It was really fucking quick, and it just felt good to get plus money on this. I couldn't believe he was the underdog. There were some of them where it's like, okay, this is just good value. There's a chance he could lose, whatever. But I was just stunned he was the underdog here. Thought he should have been the outright favorite. My God, did he fucking look like it? This happened really recently, dude. But this was like, I think what the Michael Morales smoking Sean Brady like 20 fucking seconds. such easy money. Like, to get plus money on like just a demolition job like that was pretty fucking nice. Again, there were some other ones, but like that one just definitely top 5 favorites for me. Again, the odds aren't crazy, but to get plus money on a demolition job is nice, man. Let's see. That one's top 3. That one's top 3 for sure. Okay, here we go. This one was pretty fucking good. And I'm surprised this didn't make the top 3, but it was glorious nonetheless. The odds were better too. Benoit. Oh my God. Love that for that. Crushes Mauricio Rufy. After all the fucking hype on that dude, like, I can't fucking believe that, man. Like, I could not believe the odds were what they were. That was fucking that was fucking glorious. I was very confident in Benoit. Glad there's some of them, man, where it's just like you have a lot of confidence, and there's gonna be a lot of times where it's just betrayed. Like, it's like your confidence was just not founded, but when it is, it is a good feeling. That was definitely one of those where it's like, no, Benoit should not be the underdog here. And actually, I went back and looked at it. Like, my most successful events were like Paris, Baku, the first one in Azerbaijan. Fiziev was an honorable mention on this too. He was plus 105 against Ignacio Bahamondes. Are you fucking kidding me? So that one was good too, but that didn't make the list. So yeah, I would say that's number 4. Number 3. Oh man, number 3. This one was really cool because this was during Pubapalooza. And this one was like my fucking one shining moment because almost everyone was on the other side. And this one was fucking vindicating, dude. This one was fucking validating. Almost no one would shut the fuck up about Jordan Vucinic and what he was going to do to Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan cracked that fucking hype job on the chin. Jordan caught his kick and Duncan cracked him. And then he fucking ended up choking him, dude. Like, that was so fucking sick. Another one where it's like, I'm getting plus money on this. Okay. But that one was sick, man. Got to have a big celebration down there in the studio, man. The Southtown 101 studio. Shout out to Jeff Slaughter. Shout out to the whole pub. Check out Southtown 101 if you are in San Antone. So that one was pretty cool. That's top 3 for sure. This next one, I had a really, really tough time not putting this number 1. The odds were dank. My confidence was high. It was so satisfying because I could not stand the dude he was fighting. So it was just like everything came together, dude. Good odds, sick knockout. And yeah, it felt good seeing a I can't say hype job. I can't say total hype job, but he was being a little overhyped. So not a hype job, but he was being a little overhyped, and it felt good to see him crash down to earth a little bit. And boy, did he ever off that fucking spinning elbow. Diego Lopez plus 220 felt so fucking good to cash. Like that was so fucking sick. That was one of my favorite moments of the year. That's like my profile picture on YouTube now, or my avatar or whatever. That was such a dope moment. Great cash there, and that one felt really fucking good. Sick spinning elbow. But there's one more. There is another. Shouldn't come as much of a surprise. Very, very recent in memory. And yeah, best odds. I got an underdog this year. I'll go ahead and just kill two birds with one stone. Performance of the year. Fighter of the year, I'm giving it to another, but performance of the year. I mean, you could give it. I'm not going to argue with giving it to him. Sure. I mean, yeah, looking back on it, yeah. I think, fuck, dude. Actually, yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right. I think I might have to give it to him. I think he might have to be fighter of the year. Now I'm thinking about it because I had another guy in mind, but it's like, fuck, dude. I forgot that he had 2 other fucking wins this year, too. Hold on. Let me double check this. Let me just double check. Yeah. I thought that was fucking fuck. I thought that was 2025 as well. This dude is like runner up, might even be fighter of the year, but this is my favorite underdog bet of the year. This is it, man. One of my favorite fighters getting the belt back against his arch nemesis. Plus 340 on Jan to put forth the fucking performance of the year. The fucking ass whooping of the year. That wasn't a fight. That was a whooping. That was a straight up whooping. He kind of fought Merab like Floyd fought Conor. He just put a high guard up and let him tee off. I'm just like, okay. He just like let Merab punch him and just, all right, yeah, whatever. Ain't shit. So yeah, that's performance of the year. I don't know if I can quite give him fighter of the year. Nah, I'm gonna stick with what I got on that, but he's runner up for sure. And he's one of my favorite fighters, dude. Seeing Jan get the belt back, absolutely one of my favorite moments. Is definitely my best underdog bet of the year. Let's fucking go, dude. The bantamweight championship, the belt lineage, that timeline has been cleansed. And it feels really fucking good as a Jan supporter. But those are my best underdog bets of the year. Those are my best bets of the year, period, really. Denzel Freeman plus 700. That was a pretty fucking good prop. Julia Pilastri KO plus 950 was pretty good. Prates by KO against Leon was pretty fucking good. I had some good props, some good bets, but, you know, had too many dumb ones to have any profit. So I got my ass whooped, but it is what it is. Now, we are going to talk AJ, Jake Paul. I am going to take a brief. This is what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to set up. This is an award show, and it's not just about my bets, but I did want to kind of just, that was pretty much my year of betting. Again, could have been a lot worse, but still, it just sucks to fucking lose that much. My worst loss since I started betting, man. Won the first 2 years, lost a little bit last year, lost even more this year. So, fuck, dude, I gotta get right in 2026. But let me find this list here. Okay. All right, I will be right back. I'm gonna hit the head real quick. And then I will make a ticker of my top 10 knockouts, top 3 submissions, fight of the year, fighter of the year, and then we'll talk Jake Paul. I know I said we talked that like 10 minutes, like 15 minutes ago. So yeah, I apologize. Let me see. Okay. I'll be right back. All right. How about a shitty loop that took me way too long to fucking make? I spent hours on this piece of shit. Hold on. Like hours, dude. Granted, I'd never done anything like that before. I've never done any kind of fucking like sound production. Just I used GarageBand and just, you know, total fucking noob. Took a long fucking time. Okay. The torture's over. Alrighty. Let's see. Jan for taking out Marab. I get it. My goats get it. God, StreamYard is such a piece of shit. What a piece of shit. One time, my dude. Shout out to you, man. Great to see you in the chat. What is up, homie? Great to see you. I just had to hit the head real quick, but I'm back. I'm going to talk about some of the best knockouts and submissions of the year real quick, and then we're going to get to Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. Yeah, dude, that was one of my favorites, man. That was my fucking concert. Put 3 units, dude. That was such an easy fucking cash, man. Yeah, for sure. Horiguchi's nice. Yeah, Benoit was sick. That was fucking awesome. Okay, I do have a nice list though of KOs, so I'm just gonna make the list, and I might just let it tick across the bottom or something. I'm not gonna make this segment too long, man. I'm sorry, I'm fucking starving. I'm creating this list here. I got to rank these now. How about this? I'm going to do this. These are honorable mentions. These are not top 10 for me. Top 2020, damn it, 2025 UFC. Top UFC KOs. Honorable mentions. Okay, so these are ones that didn't even fucking make it, dude. There was a bunch, man. There's a bunch of sick knockouts. Now, I've made lists like this before. This is not as exhaustive or comprehensive as I've made these knockout lists before. Dude, I did one year where it was like best. I separated it by straight up unconscious in TKOs. And then I did prelims and main card. So it was like I really broke it down, but I didn't do it that much this year. What I try to do, what I've always tried to do when I rank knockouts and do the compile these knockout lists, is I try and make it as well balanced a list of how devastating was the knockout, what were the stakes in the fight, are you knocking out a good fighter? Are you knocking out a fucking bum? Are you knocking out some midro dude? Has the guy been knocked out a million fucking times before? So that kind of gets factored into it as well. But also that would be the third factor, is how, has the guy ever been knocked out before? Because that to me is a little bit bigger of a feat than slumping a dude that's been chinned 7 fucking times. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I use, or what I'm using or going to use right now to rank them. But that's kind of how I got to the list that I did. So it's again, how cool did the fucking knockout look? How fucking devastating was it actually? Even some of the ones, even all Shadow Realm visits are not made the same. Some of them, the dude isn't fucking moving. Some of them, he's fighting shadow demons, but he's just somewhere else. Some of them, he's moving, but he's just looking off into the fucking distance. So it's there's degrees and totalities of fucking knockouts, man. Even unconscious KOs. So that's kind of all what I use to kind of put this together. But let's just have a gander at some of the best of the year real quick and just kind of talk about it. Thanks, just stubborn Mick. But shout out to my dude Wonton for stopping through. Appreciate you, homie. And congrats on all the success you've been having in hockey. Doing all that lamplighting. Shout out to Wonton. Shout out to the pub. More chips here. And again, these did not make the list. Which is crazy because some of them are really fucking cool. And some of them are really tough to leave out of the top 10. Man. And some of them are just bad knockouts too. But again, some of them, it's the dude's been he's been slumped like this several times. So it's that's when you have to make the tough decisions. That's how you used to rank them and or make cuts, or what I'd use anyway. But these have to all at least be mentioned, man. They have to be mentioned. Got a few more. Man, and a couple guys are going to end up on this list twice. see. I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 more honorable mentions here. Again, this was tough, man. I probably should have done like a top 20, but some of these just have to be mentioned, man. These have to be said. Yeah, I think what was it? A few years ago, man, I did a really, really like comprehensive one. I had a lot of fun talking about that, but yeah, didn't go quite as crazy with it this year. Where am I at? And some of these, it's like, yeah, these are some of these. I'm making mention of them because, like, dude, some of these no one's going to talk about on an end of the year list. Like, it may get mentioned somewhere, but it's like it's never going to be on like a top 5 knockouts, even top 10, really. So it's like I've got to at least mention this and remind people how fucking cool it was. You know, like that's part of why I'm doing it too. Just put a little. I talk so much shit about fighters, dude. It's like I gotta give them at like props when I can, dude. Like give them a little bit fucking recognition. And again, some of these guys they're gonna be so fucking obvious, but these need to be mentioned as well. Yeah, dude, several dudes appearing on the list more than once. Let's see. Okay. No, I'll just leave this. I'm not going to make this a ticker. I don't have enough room for the to just make it a banner. Let's see. And again, some of these are like yeah, it's a great knockout over a great opponent, but it's like it looked cool, but like not compared to some of them, you know. So that's another thing. It's like when the decisions get tough and the rankings get tough, that's how I kind of navigate that. But some of these I'm surprised. It's like, damn, that's not a top 10 knockout. Like, I don't know, man. Where'd you see some of these? All right, here we go. Here we go. And hell, we'll put a boxing emoji on it for the knockout. Bam, bam, bam. All righty, here we go. Here's some honorable mentions. Again, some of these you're not going to see anywhere. Some of them you definitely will, but these have got to at least be said once or talked about. That's Spin and Elbow, Christian Leroy Duncan, Dom Rhea. Here we go. Sorry to fuck that up. It's gonna go quick, but there we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's like Reyes versus Krylov is a really fucking cool knockout. It's not going to be top 10 anywhere. But man, Simon versus Basharat was hard to leave off. It really was, man. Like Ricky Simone chinning Javid Basharat. I know he was coming off a loss, but he'd never been knocked out before. Again, he hadn't been fighting incredible competition, but he was a dude that before that fight only had one fucking loss on his record. It was like a decision loss. to just get slumped like that by Ricky Simone, that's got to be mentioned, man. Now Prates versus Jeff Neal. Spoiler alert, you will see Carlos Prates on another list here in a second, but that spinning elbow, back elbow of Jeff Neal was pretty fucking insane. Jeff Neal has been stopped before. Kevin Holland knocked him out, but it's like, it's not like he has 5 knockout losses or anything. It's like he's a pretty fucking tough dude and a pretty damn good fighter. And Prates just smoked him with that spinning back elbow. It's fucking crazy. Melky Costa. I'm sorry, maybe it's not knockout of the year. Head kicking Charrier like that, though, I think that's the first time the dude's been knocked out. Like, I know he's lost a lot, but I think that might be the first time he's just been straight up chinned. Let me double check that. It's still an impressive knockout. Let's see. Whoops. Yeah, that's the only time he's ever been knocked out, dude. That has to be mentioned. And again, that was one of my worst parlay pieces of the year. Or one of my worst. It was an underdog bet and a parlay piece. It was just fucking terrible. And again, all right, another reason. Gordon versus Thiago Moises. That one will fall through the cracks. But go back and watch that shit. Jared Gordon has not been considered like a power puncher, maybe really ever. Definitely not in quite some time. And he fucked him up, dude. Like shadow realmed him. It was crazy. Olberg versus Reyes. That was another one. I had a tough time not putting that in the top 10. It's just like, fuck, dude. Like, you wait until you see some of these in the fucking that made the list. Like, it's just tough to like not put those in there. And again, you know, Dom Reyes been slumped a few times. And again, it's like kind of, it's kind of expected. So that kind of was like why I didn't quite give it the top 10. Although, you know, as far as devastation, like, fuck yeah, dude. Slumped him. Shadow Realm. Allen versus RDR has got to be mentioned just because you don't see No Mas that often. You don't see a fighter made to quit on the stool. And the fact that it came from Brendan Allen too is like, that's pretty crazy, dude. I don't think people realize how crazy that is. Like, there's only one. When did Holland versus Wonderboy happen? I think it was last year, where he but that was a corner stoppage. Like, he made the dude quit. So yeah, that's got to be mentioned. Again, like, not devastating as far as like the visual, but like pretty crazy, man. Now, Quillen Sawkilled, I have Anshul Jubilee up there. My worst bet of the year. Smoked him. That probably could have made the list, but it's like, it would have only been an honorable mention, and it's Anshul Jubilee. I think it's much more impressive head kicking Nasrat the way he did. So that's why that made the that one made the cut. Sawkilled had a great year. And that was one of his most impressive victories. Like, fucking smoked him. Waldo versus Ante D'Elia has to be mentioned. Ante D'Elia has been knocked out like 4 or 5 times, but because of how crazy that situation was, the totality of it has to at least be mentioned. Steve Garcia chinning David Onama, who has shown up until that point to be a really fucking tough dude. Like, Steve Garcia cannot fucking be stopped. I think he deserves an honorable mention for Fighter of the Year. But I get it. I get why the fighters that were mentioned were, but he had a pretty fucking good year. And then yeah, we talked about Morales versus Brady a little earlier. That was one of my better bets. You know, I'm not saying it didn't look cool. It was devastating as fuck. It was a nasty, like, looping uppercut. But compared to some of these, like, it wasn't, the devastation wasn't quite there. Like, he fucking stopped him real quick, but it's like, he didn't like knock him out cold or anything. It was just like he turtled up and got stopped. But still a cool knockout. Awesome, like, win for Morales. Brady's a really good fighter, and he got smoked. Oh, that's right there. Yep. Yep, that was the next one I'm about to cover. Speak of the devil. Yeah, dude, it was nasty. It was like a fucking it was like a Killer Instinct combo. It was literally like a 12-13 punch combo, if not more. And he slipped like 4 of them, and then he just started connecting, and it was over. So yeah, that definitely gets an honorable mention for sure. And then yeah, what's the last? Oh, dude, I had a really tough. These are the ones I had a tough time leaving off the list. Oralby, Hermanson, Ricky Simone, Basharat, and what was the other one? It was like Olberg Reyes. Now, top 10 of the year. All right, here we fucking go. Timer off. Space. Emoji. 1, 2, 3, 4 boxing gloves. Top 10 KOs of the year. We will tick that across the bottom, add banner, and here we go. These, you're about to see these KOs. Again, a combination of not all the absolute highest level. Some of them are kind of mid, but when they are mid-level fighters, the devastation was absolutely there. So these are, in my opinion, the best, most devastating, coolest looking knockouts of the year at a reasonably high level. Sorry, I had to wipe my hands off. Did not get all that chip dust on the fucking converter. All right. Here we go. Here's the good shit. Top 10 KOs of the year. Let's start with this one. Number 10. Not that many of these this year. In fact, I only saw a couple TKOs, but this is the one I remember the most. Dude, this is a high level of competition. Devastating knockout. Not as far as like a shadow realm, but just like made quick work of the opponent. Dude, Manon fucked that bitch up. Like JJ was on a roll and Manon fucking smoked her, dude. I'm sorry. I know compared to some of those we just talked about, yeah, it's not quite as devastating, but dude, that's a high fucking level of competition. That's knocking that bitch out for the first time or maybe in a long time. And man, like considering the momentum that she had, Manon fucking crushed it. And she crushed her very quickly. So I had to, I didn't like to do it compared to some of them. Like, yeah, they're not as devastating. Like, they're not as cool looking, maybe, but like, dude, she cracked her and made her do the stanky and then just fucking polished her off, man. So I give that a lot of respect. I give that win a lot of credit. That's a top 10 knockout of the year to me. I'm sorry. It just is. But not hard to slot that on the 10 spot. This one. Okay. Okay. I know what we're going to do. I know what we're going to do. I got number 9. This one, there were a couple of these, but not that many. What I'm talking about is body shot knockouts. There weren't that many, and that's expected. There weren't that many body blow knockouts, but the one that stood out the most, certainly at the most memorable and at the highest level of competition that I remember, was RDR bringing the Bo Nickel hype train to a crashing fucking halt. That fucking knee to the body, dude. This next one, talked about this already. And might not be like the coolest looking, but dude, it's at the highest fucking level. It was for a belt. It was devastating. He made my dude look foolish. I would be a bitch not to put this on the fucking list, dude. I had to, man. Alex Pereira stopping my dude Ankalaev in very quick fashion, dude. I just fucking had to. I had to, man. I couldn't be a bitch about it. That would be a hoe move to not put him on the list somewhere. It has to be on there. Again, not like as far as devastation, like he wasn't out cold, like he got stopped. But it's a championship level fight. That's a dude that just looked like the fucking man, and he just fucking snatched it right back from him. Crazy. Now, man, these next ones are going to be really fucking tough because the level of devastation is insane. Fuck, dude. Okay. I think I know where to go with this. Roofy head kicking Bobby Green. I mean, yeah, like the level of competition isn't the highest, but that's just an insane knockout. Spinning wheel kick, like shadow realmed him. I got to put that up there. Has to be put up there. No, let me see what we got next. Yeah, we'll do this. This was just a crazy knockout, dude. This was a face plant. Like, there's knockouts, and then there's just you're fucking out. That's what this was. Now, he would not get the last laugh on the year. Certainly in this fight he would, but this was a nasty knockout, dude. Just like a right hand from Randy Brown just fucking face planted him, dude. He was out. That just misses the top 5, but has to be mentioned, dude. Pretty fucking nasty knockout. Yep. Now, this might not make some people's list. This dude has been knocked out a few times before. This dude is widely considered a hype job and has been for years. But it doesn't matter. This was still an insane knockout. He was out cold. Like, it was cool looking. It was at a reasonably high level. And it totally spoiled Pico's debut. Lerone Murphy, God, he stepped into that spinning back elbow and followed through, and he just iced that motherfucker. Had to make the top 5, man. Lerone Murphy starching Pico with a spinning back elbow. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right. Okay. I got it. I got it. This one happened pretty recently, and it was insane. It was a really fucking gnarly knockout. And in my opinion, I don't think it's really that crazy. I don't think it's a hot take at all. This was the best knee knockout of the year. Again, not a hot take. It looked cool. It was devastating. It's at a decent level of competition. It's not like the highest, but dude, it's action fighter level. It's definitely high mid-level. Bonfim versus Randy Brown. My goodness, did he fucking ice him, dude. He threw the knee so fucking hard he lost his balance. Randy Brown fell backwards, out before he hit the ground, head bounced off the canvas. It was fucking crazy looking, dude. That was the nastiest knee knockout of the year. RDR to the body of Bo Nickel, impressive. This, more impressive. Definitely top 5 for me. Fucking crazy. Made some money on that one too. It was sick. But yeah, it's number 4 for me. Number 3 will not come as a surprise to anyone. This was a lot of people's like knockout of the year. I'll tell you why it's not for me, but still had to make top 3. The level of competition, the devastation. This is just a really fucking cool looking knockout. But again, the guy that got knocked out, it's happened a lot. So the fact that he got knocked out, not surprising. The fact that he got knocked out by this dude, not surprising. It still was just, even given the fact that he's been knocked out a few times and how bad he's been hurt so many times in the past, this still is probably the worst one ever. You know which one I'm talking about. Oh, this is a lot of people's knockout of the year. I don't blame him at all. I guess the reason I don't have it number 1 is like, yeah, like it's Ilya and it's Charles. That's a perfect storm for like a devastating knockout. So it's like, while it looked cool as fuck, I will say that it looked cool as fuck. The right hand left hook that slumped Charles was fucking dope looking. And my God, was he out. Like, Charles gets hurt a lot. Hurt, crumbles, rolls to his back. Islam dropped him real fucking bad before he choked him. But Ilya knocked him the fuck out cold. That's the worst Charles has ever been knocked out. It was fucking dope looking. It was to claim the lightweight title, become double champ, all that wrapped into one. Got to give him top 3. Didn't quite make number 1, but I got to put some respect on that. You got to put a little fucking respect on Ilya for that one. Again, not my number 1, but pretty damn fucking close. Fair. Very fair. And that's just me taking some accountability. And maybe I'm doing that a little bit too much for this. There's certainly plenty of knockouts. Like, there's like 30 knockouts that look fucking cooler than that. But given the totality of the situation, how Pereira had looked in the first fight, to just destroy him like that, I respect it not being a top 10, though. I respect it not being a top 20. But for me, I have to put it on my list. It was insane. It was a good fight. And that to be the icing on it, shoo, that knockout was nasty. Oh, yeah. That was tough for that not to be top 5, dude. Yowza. I mean, Yowzer Cole Hauser. Yeah, dude. Brown Dalby was a fucking good fight. And that was a dope knockout, too. Here we go, though, gents. This is the best of the best to me. And I will definitely explain why. This one, dude, I get people not having this in their top 10. You got to put a top 20. Objectively, I'm not being objective completely. But if you don't have this top 10, it has to be number 11. I think most people would consider this a reasonable top 10. I probably have this ranked high. I can concede that. This is ranked high. This, for me personally, was my number one favorite knockout of the year. Again, objectively, it's probably somewhere like 5 or 6, maybe top 3. But again, to have a number 2, I certainly would understand people not having it there. But it's still a dope-ass knockout. It was against a good fighter. It totally stopped this dude in his tracks. It looks sick. Good level of competition. Great comeback for this dude. It usually doesn't happen like this where a fighter that loses their title fight or loses their first title fight opportunity comes back and gets not only a win, a lot of times they just lose that fucking fight, period. But to get a win like this dude over a dude that had this much fucking hype, nah, doggy. Diego Lopez spinning back elbow on Jean Silva, sliced his fucking head open, and then finished him off. Again, as far as pure look of the finish itself, there were more devastating. Not like there was a Shadow Realms and shit. Like this was a stoppage, but like this is probably the best stop. This is the best TKO for sure. This is the number one TKO, and it's one of my favorite knockouts of the year. I get people not having a top 5. You want to objectively, I would probably say it's probably like number 7 or 8, but to not have this in the top 10, you better make yourself a damn good case for who you do have in there. I guess, again, the level of competition, how fucking cool it looked, the guy he was fighting, I think Silva might have been stopped before, like real early in his career, but he had not had that happen to him in a while. And considering the role he was on, dude, like that was pretty fucking impressive to me. Nope, never been knocked out. Only lost 2 decisions. I'm sorry. That warrants top 5 to me. But I'm a little biased too. Okay, here we go. Numero uno. This is the one to me. People will disagree. People will say, "Ah, man, come on." I don't give a fuck. This checks every box that I look for in a top knockout of the year. I've done this a few times. This ain't my first rodeo, compiling these knockout lists. But, dude, like, it checks every box. High level of competition. I would say nigh elite competition. Looked cool as fuck. One punch. Fucking one punch KO. So it had the visual appeal, as a high level of competition. And this dude had never been knocked out before. Ever. He'd been hurt a couple times, but never been knocked out. This to me is the KO of the year. It was satisfying. It was one of my favorite props that I cashed this year. It was fucking cool looking. I was glad it happened to who it happened to. It was just sick all around. I don't think people realize what a feat this is. The bad man for me, dude. The cigarette smoking bad boy, one punching Leon Edwards is knockout of the year to me. I don't give a fuck. You can disagree. That's fine. I have no problem standing on this fucking square. Leon Edwards is a former champion. No one has been able to put him away with strikes ever. Like, you can say that he's not in his prime. I think that's fair, but I wouldn't say he's washed, dude. That's knockout of the year to me. That's my objective number one UFC 2025 KO. Carlos Prates, one punching Leon Edwards. Cheers to the Batman. The gold fucking standard. Let's say this. A fighting nerd of the first fucking order. All right. Oh, nice of you to join us fucking finally. Over 2 hours in. Smarty pants. Nah, honorable mention. That's not more impressive than one punching Leon Edwards. To me. Jeff Neal's been stopped before. Leon never has. Leon was a champion. Jeff Neal could fucking never. You know what I mean? But I get it. No, he was honorable mention for sure. You want to nice of you to join us though. In all seriousness, Lobby. These were my honorable. I think I deleted it. No, I did not. Here we go. These are my honorable mentions. These are honorable mentions. These are top 10. I don't know how many of these you saw. These are my top 10. Top 5. This is tough. This is fucking tough to make this list, dude. Fuck, I had to delete that one. Damn it. Hold on. Three was I'll just make it again. 3 was Ilya and Charles. I know that's a lot of people's like knockout of the year. I get it too. It's Ilya getting the second bell. Like, it was a fucking sick looking knockout. He fucking shadow realmed Oliveira. It's got the high level competition. I get all that. It's just like, for me, that's still in its top 3. But like, how many times has Charles been knocked out? I knew that was gonna fucking happen. So it's like, yeah, whatever. Diego and then Prates. But yeah, that's my top 10 knockouts. I will briefly, you're just in time, Lobby. We're about to get into Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, and then I will hop the fuck off of here and get ready for these fights because I'm pretty excited about the Paul AJ freak show that we're gonna watch. But we are almost done with the award show. We are almost done, and I appreciate everybody's patience. Definitely let me know what is y'all's what was the knockout of the year for you? What was your best bet? What was your worst bet? Best parlay? That's what I've been talking about. What fight did you get screwed on? What the fuck? Where the fuck did that? Oh, there they are. Okay. Okay. The subs will not take too long at all. Okay, here we go. Let me delete these. Delete, 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 delete. Okay. And delete, and delete. Okay, top 5 submissions of 2025. Emoji. Karate do. It's the only gi emoji they have. Okay, timer off. Scroll across the bottom lobby. There we go. Top 5 submissions of 2025. We'll make this quick. Number 5. This is super biased for me. This was one of my favorite underdog bets of the year, one of my best underdog bets of the year. Again, the level of competition isn't the highest. It's like action fighter level, but this motherfucker pulled the ghillie, and it was definitely not silly. You probably know what I'm talking about. This was during Pubapalooza. Shout out to the pub, Southtown 101, Jeff Slaughter. Chris Duncan versus Jordan Vucinic. He pulled the ghillie. Chris Duncan has one of the nastiest, if not the nastiest, guillotine in the UFC. When he pulls it, he does it right. Talking about Stubborn Mick with this, he gets his legs involved. He does everything right. He hits the right angle. When he pulls on it, he makes sure he's got the right angle. And he makes the right adjustments if he doesn't. So yeah, he pulls it. He gets it. Once again, that was one of my favorites. That happened back in March. It was real fucking tight. I think number 4 will be... Yes, it will be this one. Now, this, I had one chick knockout for a top KO. I'm going to have one chick submish for a top submish for that. It's good for that. Again, high level competition. The chick she was fighting, not only was she a good fucking grappler, she had never been subbed before. She fucking subbed her. Talking about Mackenzie Dern arm barring Amanda Ribas. Again, you might say, chick arm bar in a chick fight, par for the course. Whatever, dude. Amanda Ribas, fucking black belt, never been subbed before. Mackenzie subbed her. So, pretty fucking good to me, It's a high-level competition. Amanda Ribas ain't no fucking, punk. So, yeah, good enough for top 5. Now, top 3. Top 3 was actually pretty easy. Shouldn't be too hard to suss this out. This was mentioned earlier. These are all at a very, very high level of competition. Contender to championship level. This one was the most disrespectful submission. Fluffy literally was dragging this motherfucker around the octagon by his fucking neck. Drug him around, got the tap, and then just slung him to the fucking floor. He bitched Roman in this fight, dude. Nasty fucking rear naked choke. Disrespectful rear naked choke. One of the best Anthony Fluffy Hernandez performances. One of his better wins. sick choke, like basically like fucking standing rear naked choke. Like he was standing. Roman was on the ground, getting drug around like a fucking dog. It was insane. Top 3. For sure. Damn it. Okay. Oh, damn it. I fucking did that wrong. This should have been number 2. Motherfucker. I meant to make this one number 2. Sorry. You can make this one number. You could swap this out with the next one. These next 2 are interchangeable. Again, maybe this is this next one. I might have it a little high by 1 spot. Maybe taking a little bit too much glee in the guy that lost's demise here. I'm not gonna lie and say it wasn't satisfying to watch him get fucking choked like this. But still a high level competition. He had never been submitted before, and he really hadn't lost that much before. He only has like less than a handful of losses. Never been stopped before, period, either KO'd or subbed. So his first time he's been stopped. High level competition. And yeah, one of my favorite submissions of the year. Do Bronx. Whoosh. Submit Scamrot, dude. And Scamrot's a good fucking grappler, man. Mateusz Gamrot is a fucking black belt. He's a really fucking good wrestler. Like, he has ratted his way through so many grappling exchanges. To his credit, like, he's an incredible grappler. And Charles ran the motherfuck through him. That was levels, dude. So yeah, I you know, maybe you have that number 3 and you give Fluffy Roman number 2. That's totally fair. But for me, like, I'm fine having that number 2. Again, you could flip out Fluffy Hernandez, Roman, and make that number 2. Make this number 3, but you got to have this top 3. Again, but people might not understand what a feat that is, but it is. Charles, one of the nastiest sub grapplers in the fucking game, still. Just the sub of the year is really fucking easy. It's super obvious. Everyone's got the same one, and they should. Because there's not really a debate. Not a strong one anyway. It's the highest level of competition, title fight. I guess one thing you could push back on is like the guy, although he had never been subbed before, he's not known as like a grappler. Still, though, like, to do what he did in the way that he did, sorry, I have to concede that. I'm not a fan of this dude, but come on. Like, this was a nasty submission. It had never happened to the dude it happened to. Now I'm about as a white belt as it gets in the jiu-jitsu. But officially they called this a north-south choke. Talking about Merab Dvalishvili versus Sean in, I think it was the rematch. Or was it? I can't remember. But in any case, north-south choke. He wrapped it up, and Sean tried to spin into him. I think that's what turned it into a north-south. I think it was like a front choke, and Sean tried to roll through, and Merab just like sat down on top of him and choked him. Nasty, dude. Nasty squeeze on Merab. One of his better wins, honestly. Sub of the year. I don't have a problem, though, with anybody saying it was Charles and Gamrot or Fluffy and Roman. I think Fluffy Roman, Charles Gamrot, and Merab Sean O'Malley, you make any of those sub of the year, I ain't got no problem with it. None whatsoever. Catch up with the chat real quick. No, I mean, you could put Jean Silva choking Bryce Mitchell. Fair enough. Nice. Yeah, honorable mention. Fair enough. Honorable mention. It's a good one. It's definitely a good one. That's fair play, Lobby. Fair play and good to see you, my dude. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Now, we'll make this real fucking quick. I am going to. What time do the fucking prelims start for Jake Paul and Anthony Yeshua? What time do the prelims start for Paul versus AJ? 4:45. They've already started. Awesome. Well, this won't take too long because I did not bet anything on the fucking prelims. We'll make this extremely quick. Let me get this fucking banner down. Fight of the year. We'll do fight of the year. Now, this one you could have put on knockout of the year. It was definitely one of the top knockouts of the year, but it definitely wasn't a one-sided performance. To me, this was fight of the year. This was the most enthralled I was. This was the fight that had me on the edge of my seat the most, where I was like, I was like really like wincing. Oh shit. This was crazy. It was a crazy ass fight, crazy knockout, awesome performance. The fight of the year for UFC 2025, for me personally, just my 2 cents on it now. Jiri and Khalil. Jiri kind of saved my night. Shout out to my dude Aaron the dog. His confidence in Prochazka got me on that side. And Jiri just came through in the clutch, man. Crazy. It should be comeback of the year, honestly. But that's fight of the year to me. Jiri was hurt early, came back, got the knockout. That's kind of what you want. This is another one as a no-brainer. I mean, who else are you going to say gave more of an impressive performance without a finish? Petr Yan versus Merab. Comprehensive performance of the year. Comprehensive ass whooping of the year. And one more category. I'll double check something to make sure. Just to be sure. God, this is annoying. My God. Okay, there we go. Fuck, dude. Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it, dude. Mick, I'm with you. I'm joining you. This is a tough, like, you're really going to give it to somebody like Melky Costa or somebody. I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking like, come on, man. I know he didn't fight a million fucking times. Some people are going to give it to his opponent, but like, it's Yan for me. To put on the performance of the year and not say he's fighter of the year is like, I don't know, man. Given the opponent, that's fighter of the year. Yan getting his belt back and beating a surging Marcus McGee. I'm not going to try and make Marcus McGee into some like world beater, but like, it's a solid fucking fighter that was on a roll. He beat him pretty good. Like, yeah. Not to say it's like a tune-up or anything. Like, Marcus McGee's a good fighter. People are like, oh, Jan didn't look that good. It's like, because McGee isn't a bum. Like, Marcus McGee is a fighter that, like, greatly improved from what he was a few years ago. And fought his ass off in that fight. So people like to mug and like, dude, Jan just like fucking didn't even care and just like, nah, man. McGee isn't a bitch. Like, he's a fucking good fighter. So yeah, Jan. Boom. Let's go. All right. There it is. Let's talk about Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. The prelims have already started. You know. Oh yeah, man. That was a dude. A big round of applause for Jiri and Khalil for putting their health on the line, because they both left a little bit of themselves in the octagon that night, I do believe. And yeah, I salute you, gentlemen, and everything you sacrifice for my my entertainment. I was entertained. Thank you. Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's Jan. All right. Now let us talk boxing. Let's talk boxing. I have a ticker made. I have a fucking avatar made. Let's talk about this fucking freak show for a little bit. Make this a 3-hour stream. Let's spend a half hour talking about this fucking freak show. First, I'm going to be right back. BRB. Mrs. needs something real quick. And I don't want her to get fucking pissed to me. I'm going to fucking deal with her right now. So I'll be right back. Where the fuck is that? There we go. BRB. When I get back, we'll talk Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. Get greasy with this fucking sideshow. All right, boys. Let's get stupid, dude. Let's get stupid with this sideshow freak of a fight, dude. AJ ought to be ashamed of himself. Ain't nothing but a fucking money grab. We're going to get into it, man. I don't know how scripted it is. I don't know how much of a gentleman's agreement they made. But I can tell you that I don't think it's going to be a first-round AJ knockout. If it is, good for him. That's how he probably should do this, but I can't imagine him lowering himself to the state that he would need to take this fight and just like go in. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, if he's willing to like sully his legacy by taking this, like, I don't think he's above carrying Jake Paul for a few rounds, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? But we're gonna get into it, man. Let me I'm gonna do something real quick. And that is drop these in the fucking Discord real quick. Real right quick. For the silver and gold members. The paying members over there at Pub. Where's the boxing? There's not an official boxing one. I guess I'll put in the UFC one. All right, here we go. These are going to move my bed. Let's drop these real quick. Yeah, I have a few bets for this card. I have one money line bet and 4 or 5 props. So yeah, it's like I have 2 bets that I'm like, I feel reasonable about them, and then the other ones are just I'm throwing darts. So but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm having a little fun with it. I'm not going crazy, like not even 3 units, but I do have a little action on it. Truth be told. Alrighty, I should double check these. But yeah, shout out to everybody that's been joining me, man. It's the last fucking stream of the year. It's definitely been a shit show. I did not have it as prepared as I wanted to, but I'm glad I got to get everything on wax, answer for a lot of my dumb bullshit, and at least go back and reflect on some of the good work that I did and take that into 2026 with me. But dude, I did take something from going back and looking at all those bets. Like, okay, I really was trying to fade a couple fighters way too much, and it cost me way too much money. It's like if I clean up some of that bullshit and I don't make as many dumb bets, I feel like I can have a fucking another winning year. I've had 2 winning years and 2 losing years officially since I started doing this. Started betting, so I'm still figuring the shit out, and we're gonna have a winning year 5 in 2026. But okay, I'm almost done with this shit. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not going too crazy, but I am I'm throwing a few darts, and I have one unit bet and then 1 half unit bet, and the rest are just like quarter unit props. And one of them is really, really, really fucking greasy. All righty, and double check. All right. There we go. 2.5 units. All right. That is in the Discord. Shout out to the silver and gold members over at Pub. And now can turn my shitty fucking loop that I made off, and we can get into this motherfucker properly. Ain't no more intermission. Ain't no more bullshit. Let's get into some bullshit. Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua is a sideshow. It's a freak show. I'm gonna try and make some money on it. I've had success betting Jake Paul over the last year or 2, or however long he's been doing this ridiculous fucking campaign, cosplaying as a boxer, and I've used it to make money. It's been fun. I'm going to go over the bets in just a second, but before I do, I kind of just want to give you my thoughts on the fight in general, and a couple different scenarios, like a couple different like hypothetical scenarios. Like if this was to happen, I could see this happening. Just for the fun of it, dude. It's the last fucking stream of the year. This is a ridiculous fight. I guess credit to them both for making it happen. I did not. I got to eat crow because I didn't think it was real. It sounds farcical. This is farcical, dude. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. Saying that and realizing that we're about to watch it here soon is ridiculous. It's the most fucking ridiculous thing I can think of in recent memory in combat sports. The fact that this is an actual bout that got sanctioned. Now let's talk about that. It is a bout. It is sanctioned. It is not an exhibition match. This is a pro boxing bout, 8 rounds, supposedly under the Marquess of Queensberry rules. So, it's not an exhibition match. Supposedly, they're going to be throwing real punches at each other, 10-ounce gloves, 8 rounds, 3 minutes each. That is the stage that's been set. Now, what can be discussed and speculated on is while what I just said is the case officially, what is it really going to be like when they get in there? Did they really make some kind of fucking gentleman's agreement where it's like, okay, I'm not going to kill you until later. I'm going to kind of take it easy on you. Shout out to Preston and Danny. They are the boxing heads at Pub. I can't remember who was saying this. Fuck, who was it? I think it was Mills. And without revealing too much, he said something that Preston was talking about. And I guess this is something, it's like, I'm assuming Preston knows it. It's probably like, public knowledge or whatever. That there was something in the clause. There was a clause in the contract about, I don't know, like I don't know. Something about not killing him. I don't know if that's true or not. It's literally third-hand information. We're just talking about hypothetical scenarios. We're just speculating now. I've already made my bets. I'll tell you what I think is the most realistic and likely scenario, given each, like, whatever parameters. What I mean by that is like, okay, let's say there is something like that. Let's say AJ is going to carry him. If that's the case, I really it sounds crazy to say like AJ winning the fight by decision. Obviously, his reputation will take a huge hit, but is it not fucking doing that already? Is signing up to fight Jake Paul not like sullying your reputation already? You're getting a gigantic bag of money. That's the only reason to fucking do this. This is what I can't see. Like, this is what I'm having a tough time with. If you do accept that this has been a fucking like setup every single time where it's like these guys are getting paid to lose, I'm not saying AJ is getting paid to lose here. Let me make that clear. But would it really shock you if AJ was being paid to fucking carry him? That's what I'm getting at. Would that really fucking stun you if that was what the setup was? Like, you're not going to lose this fight, AJ, but you're not going to kill him. Like, would that really stun it? Would it really stun anybody if AJ carried him until like the later rounds? Here's another thing. Jake Paul might just run from him for fucking 5 or 6 rounds. I just don't see, if you do accept that Jake Paul has been controlling all of this the whole fucking time, and that he's paying these guys to either take dives or like, I don't know, then why all of a sudden is he just going to give that up here? And it's like, because if that's the case, then AJ is going to kill him. But I just don't see that. Like, I just don't see Jake Paul signing up for that. Just to be like, oh, I stepped in to fight AJ. Like, for him to have so much control over the narrative up until this point, like, why would he all of a sudden just throw it away to like get killed by AJ? Like, what does that do for him? It does nothing for Jake Paul. To go in there and say, I got killed in 20 seconds by Anthony Joshua, I just don't see Jake Paul signing up for that. That's what I'm having a tough time with. Does that make sense? Maybe that is, but it's just like, that's so fucking stupid. Yeah, this thing is stupid, but it's like, is that really what he's doing? I just think he's got a little bit more control of the narrative over it at this point. Personally. Yeah, if we're talking about what should probably happen, if AJ like tries his absolute fucking damnedest, yeah, he should go in there and flatline Jake Paul in like a minute and a half. If he goes in there, mashes the gas on Jake Paul, Jakey Poo's going down. I just don't think that's what's about to happen. That doesn't do anything for Jake Paul. What does that do for Joshua? To say, oh, he's got to do that to save his reputation. Like, the reputation has taken a hit. Signing up to fight Jake Paul is a joke, dude. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, okay, it's a joke. Then we're going to see some joke shit. We're not going to see like what would actually fucking happen. That's where my head's at with it. I'm just thinking out loud. For shits and giggles, man. Like, this whole thing is a fucking freak show. What do y'all think? That's my kind of like stream of consciousness. Like, AJ killing him in a round and a half. And oh, here's the other thing that I was thinking about. This is a big spectacle, dude. A lot has been made about this. Having Jake Paul destroyed in seconds, I just don't see him. Again, I don't see him signing up for that. That ruins the fucking event. Like, there's got to be some kind of drama, I feel like. Either Jake Paul getting carried, him cracking AJ. I don't know, man. I just don't see it. Like, it just seems too obvious for like AJ. Like, the first punch he lands, Jake Paul just goes out. Like, that will be so fucking stupid and pointless. Maybe that's what it is, but it's just like, I don't know, man. If you are of the mindset that this is like all been set up before, now all of a sudden you think it's going to be, oh, well, now because it's AJ, it's going to be taken real serious. Like, this to me is like AJ, again, kind of sullying his career. It's a little bit pathetic, honestly. But AJ has done things in the past that I've considered a little pathetic. So, but this is an all-time low. If you really think about it, dude, this is an all-time low. Francis is one thing. A former champion of something, a former legitimate champion of some combat sport with legit one-punch power, like, that's different than this. It's different than a puffed-up cruiserweight. So this is a joke. So it's like, why of a sudden would it's like, no, all of a sudden this is going to be super serious, like, and it's going to be the real deal. Like, nah, I'm not quite buying that either, man. I'm not quite buying that there isn't some kind of gentleman's agreement. Of course, yes, Eddie Hearn, it's illegal. It's a federal crime. We can't do that. Come on, mate. You really believe in that? It's like, yeah. Oh, no, Eddie, I believe it because you said it. Oh, yeah, your word is bond. Everything that comes out of your fucking slimy ass mouth is the truth, right? That is kind of what I think. Like AJ is like, all right, mate, I'm gonna let you have it a little bit, a few rounds, you can try and see, but it's like that won't stun me at all. Why all of a sudden does everybody think this is going to be what it's actually like, and all bets are off now? And it's like, okay, you think Jake Paul is like all of a sudden, nah, it's over now. Nah, I'm just throwing it all away because like if AJ does go in there and fight his absolute damnedest, it could like ruin this whole Jake Paul show. I don't think that's what's going to happen. Give you a few scenarios, a few bets I made. Yeah, if you think about it logically, on its face, AJ kills him in 30 seconds. Is this a logical event? Is AJ fighting Jake Paul logical? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Do not, let's see. What kind of bad financial ruin is AJ in? I just think he wants it. He saw a big fucking bag of money. I don't see round one. I think round one is fool's gold. I honestly think round one is fool's gold. But that's the part of the narrative that like this does nothing for AJ. It's nothing but money. It's nothing like it's less than a tune-up. It really is like an exhibition fight, which is why I don't think it's going to be like AJ killing him in one round. Jake Paul isn't signing up to crush his legacy, just like to build it up just to crush it like this. This is kind of what I think. Potentially. But yes, obviously the most obvious scenario is Anthony Joshua round. What Mick said, rounds 1 through 3. That's probably what happens. It's probably like an AJ third round stoppage. But how about I think the man's already disgraced himself. I think taking this fight, AJ has already disgraced himself. Nothing crazy, just a half unit. AJ drops him a few times. Jake runs, hangs on for dear life. AJ just stands there for a few rounds. This could be the gentleman's agreement. I am going to fuck you up. I'll let you live, mate, but I'm going to fuck you up. Drop him, body blows. Jake survives. AJ decision. It's not likely. That's why it's plus 450. It's a little contrarian. I get it. Probably not happening. Probably not happening. A couple of these are obviously like buying into the narrative, which again, dude, I don't know why people all of a sudden think that like, oh no, this is the fucking like, no, this is going to be Anthony Joshua is going to like, what does that do for either of them? This is a spectacle, dude. This is a fucking sideshow. It's yeah. Of course it's a bunch of money, but it's like it was a bunch of money for something though. For what? To kill Jake Paul and ruin the whole fucking thing? Jake Paul ain't signing up for that. I just don't. Maybe he is. I don't think so. I think there's just something greasy. I'm not counting on it. I'm not staking my life on it, but AJ by decision, I don't think it's crazy. I don't think some robbery draw is crazy. Very unlikely. Again, closing my eyes, throwing some darts. They probably all missed, and probably none of them even hit the fucking board. But fuck it. A draw. Joshua doesn't lose. Jake doesn't lose. Probably not though. That's why it's plus 22 fucking hundred. The smart thing to do is probably just bet like AJ like round 2 to round 4. That's probably the smart thing to do. I'm getting stupid with this though. With this fight in particular. But believe it or not, most of my money is, well, not most of it. Most of my money is on this fight, but not that much. Now, this I think has a legitimate decent chance of hitting. I can see this. I can see Jake running. You know, AJ, he's obviously a better boxer, obviously hits harder, experience, all that shit. He's still not the most fleet of foot. And Jake Paul is a little bit quicker. I can see him just running around to the late rounds. Even so, it's probably like round 6 or 5 at the latest. At the absolute latest, probably like round 5. Most likely. Again, these are just stupid fucking flyers. Do not fucking tail these. Jake Paul pulling off the upset of the century, plus 1,600. Fuck it. Jake Paul by KO is less wide. AJ has been knocked out before. He's been down before. Jake Paul sparring with Okolie. Okolie smashed AJ up in sparring, supposedly. Nah, I'm not counting on this. Just throwing darts, being stupid. Don't tail these. Tail at your own risk. I think Jake Paul by KO is more likely than Jake Paul by decision. And I think the odds reflect that. Very unlikely, though. But if we're talking hypotheticals, yeah, I'd say hypothetically, Jake Paul by KO is more likely than Jake Paul by decision. Because AJ is a much better boxer. AJ has better process to how he works into the fights, works behind his jab better. He throws better combos. He's got more devastating punching power. Doesn't have the best chin, though. But I will be stunned if Jake Paul like tries to dog him. I think Jake Paul is going to be scared out of his mind. But again, I don't think it's insane that AJ either carries him the whole fucking way and just like drops him like 4 fucking times, or it's like a late AJ KO. Of the props that I did bet on this fight, I think those two are the most likely. Everything else is like dumb. Really dumb. But this fight, again, I guess technically I have a unit and a half on it, but I have a unit on another fight. This fight is on the main card, not the main event, obviously, but it is the fight I'm looking forward to the most, and it is the bet that I have the single bet that I have the most on. I think Woodley's going to knock out Silva. It could go the other way around. Tyron Woodley could get knocked out. Silva's 50, though, dude. Like, there's a drop-off from 35 to 40. Dude, 40 to 50? I get it, man. You do the math. Like, Silva did way better against Paul. You know, Woodley got flatlined. Their first fight he didn't, but nah, man. I was watching Anderson hit the pads. Nah, I think Woodley's going to fuck him up. Now, Woodley could get careless. He's sloppy as fuck. He's kind of chinny. Anderson can knock him out. I don't hate Anderson by knockout. But this is the bet I like the most. This is the one I feel is most reasonable. I get it. Woodley's undersized compared to Anderson, but like a 43-year-old versus a 50-year-old, I'm sorry. Yeah, like Anderson, every day this fight has gotten easier for Woodley since they signed it. So, yeah, I think Woodley knocks him out. If you're throwing darts, again, I don't hate Anderson knockout. I don't hate Anderson decision. I don't hate Woodley decision. You thought it was Alicia? No, I'm not fucking with that fight, dude. I favor Baumgartner, but nah, dude. Nah. Yeah, Anderson's 50, dog. That's a big difference. Do you understand the difference from 43 to 50? I hope that you do. It's pretty significant. Like, it's insane. Like, it's an insane drop off. Like, 43 is old, 50, dude. Yeah, there's levels to that too, though, dude. Did you see how old Anderson looked? And slow and like crazy he looked on the pads. Everyone's like, he looks so good. No, he fucking did not. And I think Woodley is pretty fucking motivated here. I think Anderson, like, I think he's about to get it, dude. I think Woodley, he still has power. I think he's going to make it nasty, and I think I think I like Tyron at 2-1. You gonna put some respect on my name when I was playing. Nah, man. Best of luck to you, dude. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to my homie Stubborn Mick for yeah, dude. I don't can see a draw. Yeah, I don't hate it. No, I don't hate that at all. Best of luck to you, my dude. That will do it though, man. That will do it for the stream. Again, this is what I like in the Jake Paul, Anthony, Joshua fight. These are real just fucking stupid bets, but whatever. AJ decision, half unit, draw on that fight. Again, you think about it logically, AJ's going to kill him in one round, but this is not a logical fight. I don't think that's what Jake Paul signed up for. I think Jake will try and look as least, the agreement was for him to look as least embarrassed as possible. But we'll see. It ain't like AJ hasn't carried other fighters and hasn't just fucked around for a few rounds and just like, but again, We'll see. It's a freak show. Best of luck. But yeah, the bet I like most is Tyron Woodley plus 200. Got a unit on that. He might get knocked out. Power's the last thing to go, but man, I think if Anderson tries to dogfight Woodley, which he does, man, he gets overzealous and aggressive. I think he's gonna it's gonna be a classic Woodley knockout. He just uncorks a counter, starches him. So yeah, let's go Woodley. Plus 200. But yeah, 2.5 units in total on the event. And yeah, that's it, man. Dude, Mick, Lobby, Moyes, Joey, Billy, Aaron, everybody else that came through and appeared on the streams, on the panel during these shows and stuff. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate everyone that's come through and shown support and just hung out for these shit shows, man. It is a niche show. It is definitely I would say a fringe class show. And yeah, there ain't just too many of us. So shout out to all you guys. Shout out to the whole fucking pub, man. I had a lot of fun calling the fights all year, live betting. I'm looking forward to 2026, man. We will be back for the 24th. On the 24th for UFC 324 Pub Sports Radio. I will be there. Looking forward to that. But we've got a long break coming up. Gonna have a holiday break. And speaking of Aaron the Dog, shout out to him. We are is the last show. This right here is the last show on this channel for UFC and boxing for the year. But January 30th. Excuse me, I had a burp coming. January 30th, myself and Aaron the Dog are going to have an end of the year movie award show. So if you like film, if you watch movies, you watched 2025 movies, tune in on the 30th. Or if you want some good recommendations, whatever, we're going to do that. Then I need to talk to him about the time. But we do have a tentative plan for January 30th. I believe that's not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that. So yeah, man, that will be the next time I am live on this channel, and then we will be back to the shit shows once the fights resume. So it will be the 23rd, I think, Friday the 23rd. So looking forward to seeing y'all then. Hope everyone has a just Merry Christmas and super duper happy holidays. Shout out to all you guys. Much love. Appreciate all the support. Enjoy these fights tonight, dude. They're going to be stupid. So yeah, one last toke for 2025 for UFC and combat sports. Put a bow on it. And yeah, man, hope to see you on the 30th. Talk some movies with the homie. And yeah, give out our Oscars, so to speak. So yeah, man. Cheers, boys. Thanks again. Shout out to the pub, the Locker Room Talk podcast. Shout out to Mills in the chat. Shout out to the Dome, all the domes, all the group chats. Everybody, like I said, has been supporting this channel. Y'all the shit. Catch y'all in 2026 for UFC and boxing and shit. But hope to see y'all on the 30th. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Just my 2 cents. Catch y'all in the next one.